Yo, yo, what's good, E? How you been, bro? It's Tuesday, February 8th. We back with another episode of Radical Souls Podcast.
We got a lot to talk about. This is a trade deadline. This is All-Star Weekend coming up. Super Bowl coming up. Pro Bowl just passed. Valentine's Day is coming up. And we just got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a crazy week. We're gonna be recording today, Tuesday. We're gonna record Thursday after the trade deadline. Kind of give a recap of everything that went down that day. And we'll be back on Friday with Super Bowl talk. So this is going to be a lot of NBA today, just because we want y'all to leave the Super Bowl talk before the Super Bowl, because there's so much to dive into for that. So we want it to be like its own thing. So, I mean, for the people that have never seen this, I'm Daniel.
I'm Ethan, and in the flesh later on will be Chris, just on the left side. Just act like he's there.
Like somewhere down there or up there.
Yeah. He's somewhere floating around, don't worry. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, because we got a lot to talk about. Like, comment, please let us know how you feel about the video.
Yeah, and of course, go check out the sneaker channel. Ethan has been starting that up. We decided to try to split things up for the people that like different things. You know, the people that like sneakers could be on that channel, the people that like sports, and when we do life talks, which, you know, those like situations will come up over time, that'll be here. So that channel's link will be in the description. You can go follow it from there. Follow Radical Souls on Instagram, and you'll stay up to date with whenever Ethan gets these sneakers.
Of course, more and more coming in.
Word. So, Ethan, let's dive into it, bro. Let's get it. The trade, the beautiful trade that went down today, Ethan.
CJ McCollum to the Pelicans.
You got the details on that in front of you, or?
Yes, sir. So you got Zion. Well, yeah, I was about to just say the whole team. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. We got breaking news. Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb is traded to Sacramento for Tyrese and Buddy Hield.
What?
Right now, 32 seconds ago, Sabonis is getting traded to Sacramento with Jeremy Lamb for Buddy Hield and Tyrese Haliburton.
And Tristan Thompson.
Right now.
Wow.
This happened.
Wow.
To the Kings.
This is going to be our first reaction video where, like, we actually catch it mid-video.
Literally.
Wow.
Not even a minute ago. Just happened.
Okay. Well, there goes this episode with everything I was about to talk about. Why would they trade Tyrese Haliburton?
I don't know. I really don't know. He's been a beast for them. I don't know why he traded them. And then Sabonis has been nothing but great to the Pacers.
I mean, I get it from the Pacers standpoint, but, like, the hell?
This is crazy.
This really just changed the whole show. I mean, we had a whole thing planned out here right now. We were going to talk about the Knicks. We're talking about standings, and now
this is a whole live reaction for us.
I mean, I guess you got Buddy Hield because he's going to be on 2 years, right? I think there's no his contract. Tristan Thompson, I think that contract's over, like, this season.
Yeah, because they just traded him this season.
So, yeah, I mean, you free up space. You have who left on that team? Miles Turner and
Brogdon. That's it. Oh, well, yeah, now you have Haliburton.
But now, what do you do with Brogdon? Are you trading Brogdon? Are you keeping Brogdon? Because now you're bringing in Tyrese Haliburton. Unless you're going to do the off-ball thing with Tyrese Haliburton like he was in Sacramento, but...
I mean, you could do that, but now you lost a bonus, so now you need a big man. Like, if Miles Turner's already hurt, so who else do you have? Like, that makes it really complicated for the Pacers. I don't know why they would do that. Now you have to trade Brogdon. Unless that's what they were planning.
I'm not even going to front with you right now. I'm actually kind of tight that it only took Sabonis, Lamb for Haliburton and Hield. Like we could have done something very similar to that, but I'm not gonna do that right now.
That means Fox is still available.
So we think, it's Justin Holiday as well. Wow. Okay, so that changes literally everything. Okay. So we're gonna try to fix the
Calm
show
myself.
right now in the middle of the show. We were literally gonna talk about the CJ McCollum trade, and there's that. So,
All right, all right. We'll come back to the Sabonis trade in a second because they're still breaking it down. But
yeah.
C,
So let's go back to the CJ McCollum trade.
yeah, CJ, Larry Nance Jr. and Tony Snell to the Pelicans, and Blazers received Josh Hart, Nickel Alexander Walker, some guy named Didi, Tomas. I can never say his last name.
Satoransky.
Yeah, Satoransky, and then first round pick and 2 second round picks.
Yeah, and that first round pick is a 2022 protected. So if it's 1 and 4, it goes to the Pelicans. If it's 5 to 14, it goes to the Blazers. And if it's 15 to 30, it goes to the Hornets.
Which is
Blazers get
crazy.
a future first round pick if it doesn't convey. Hornets get a future second round pick if it doesn't convey. The Pacers, not the Pacers. Well, I'm saying the Pacers now because we just talked about them. The Blazers, clearly showing that they are in full rebuild mode after trading away Kovo and Norman Powell. I mean, it's actually surprising because they are a half game out of the play-in. I guess they thought, yo, we're winning without any of these old guys anyways. Let's just trade them now while we can.
Right? Wow.
And if
That,
you're in New Orleans, I guess the trade helps you because you're trying to solidify a play-in, at least to show Zion, yo, we can at least get in a play-in. Don't leave us, please.
not yet, please.
So you're going to have a core of CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion, which, I mean, whenever Zion decides to step back on the court and is ready to step back on the court, I guess we'll really see if that trade was worth it. Because until Zion gets on the court, we're not going to fully know, okay, was this trade worth it?
I mean, you still have Brandon Ingram, thankfully. And you still have Valanciunas has been like a top 10 big man this season.
And then you got Devontae Graham, who's
Yep.
been very flashy.
I don't know. They lost a lot of key pieces, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they're a half game ahead of Portland, a game and a half ahead of the Spurs, and they're only 2 games ahead of Sacramento, who just made this crazy trade.
Wow, trade, yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm still like mad stuck right now with that trade, bro. I'm so tight right now. You don't understand. I had this whole thing with the Knicks and Fox and yada yada yada, and now I'm just here like, what do I even?
Dude, yeah. I 100% agree. Because what if Fox stays now because of this trade?
I'm surprised they moved on so fast from Haliburton, though. Unless they're gonna keep Davion Mitchell as their number 1 point guard.
Mm. He's been very good. I can't lie. For a rookie, he's been very good.
But yeah, back to this. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense for Portland. They're gonna free up about 60 million in cap space this year. I guess that'll be their way of trying to add pieces around Dame and or free up money to sign Anthony Simons and then maybe try to sign somebody this year, which I can't even tell you who is the free agents of this year because it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not impressive in my opinion.
I mean, it really, granted, depends on who's taking their player options or not. But even
Sure.
then, I mean, you got Dame. You're not going to sign Westbrook. You're not going to sign Kyrie. Like, if you're signing anybody, you're going to try to sign Harden. And why in the hell would you go to Portland?
Exactly. And honestly, at this point, I would say they should just clear everything out. Just trade Dame, start over, and then rebuild.
I don't think it's going to be something that happens this year just because the injury and the surgery he had to get. I think they might just tell him, yo, we'll wait till the summer. You know, take your time. Don't feel rushed back. Trust me, like, please don't feel rushed back. So we don't get into playing. Stop playing with us. Um, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Portland the next few months. Honestly, like it's because if they make a play in, then it's very, very interesting to see what's gonna go down. I mean, granted, they might have to play the Lakers. They might have to play the Clippers. You don't know who's going to be back for the Clippers at that time. The Lakers, we don't even know what to expect from them night to night.
I would not want to go against either team, even the Timberwolves if they started to make good trades. They trade D'Lo and some pieces together. I think that would be nice.
I don't know, though. I don't see them trading D'Lo because Cat wanted D'Lo there.
True. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it makes sense why you would because you got to free up some type of money to have the timelines all match up very well, but I don't know. I really don't. I mean, if the Knicks want to go get D'Lo and not give up too much for him, I wouldn't say no to that. But we need a point guard, bro. But anyways, we'll talk about the Knicks later. Hold up. Yeah, I mean the West, I think is pretty pat on trades, unless something crazy happens, like we just saw with the Kings. Even though we expected the Kings to make a trade, not that trade though.
Not at all. We're just thinking Fox.
Yeah, it was Fox, and now we look and it's like, oh, here's Haliburton. It's like, oh, okay.
One of the best players on the team.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Like I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bite my tongue until later. The East is where I think a lot of things are gonna go down because, as you can see, it's wild in the East right now. Like 7th and 8th are only 5 games out of first. Miami's at first, Milwaukee's second.
Some scary teams in the mix.
Chicago's in third with a bunch of injuries. Cleveland's in fourth, and they just traded for Caris LeVert. So, is Caris LeVert going to be a nice piece for them?
If he can stay healthy, yes, 100%. That's still a young core, and LeVert can play really well with them.
Oh, yeah, LeVert and Jared Allen link back up together. That's dope. I forgot about that.
Yep. That nice young core they used to have in the Nets. Now look at the
facts. You got the 76ers. You got the 76ers at 5th. That's a team that we're gonna have to talk about right now. You got the Raptors at 6, who I think are gonna stay put because I don't even think they expected to be this high. They expected to be good because Nick Nurse is a good coach and they got some nice pieces around that team with Siakam and Van Vliet, who are like the young veterans, if that makes any sense. And young players to also build with that team. And then you got Brooklyn disappointingly in 7th. I don't care what nobody says. They shouldn't be in 7th. Call me a hater. I don't care. Boston's in 8th. That's another team that people are going to be looking at down this trade deadline. That could be a surprise team. You never know. The Hornets in 9th. That could be another team that I could see doing something. They got some log jams in some different positions that they might need to free up. Atlanta's in 10th. Are they going to blow it up? Are they going to stay together? Do they think, just trade whoever we can while we can? Let's try to run it back because we saw what happened last year. The Wizards, another team, 11th, and they're only a game out of play-in.
So was that team after that?
The New York Knicks at 12th, a game and a half out of the play-in.
They can still make it. I have hope.
I don't know now. Like, you don't see the way my mood has changed, like, from the way we opened to now, bro. Like I said, it literally changes the entire episode for me now because now I'm sitting here like, all hope is lost. We're going to have Julius Randle for the next 5 years, bro.
You're wondering what can the Knicks do now? Can they get Fox? Does Fox stay? Can they trade Randle?
Well, let's talk about the Pacers because they're in 13th and they're 7 games out of a playing spot. Do you think now this helps them make a push, or is it more just blow it up and keep it moving?
Keep it moving. Now you got a young core, in my opinion. If they trade Brogdon,
I think they are. I think they're going to trade Brogdon because now that you think about it, you got Duarte and you have Tyrese Haliburton. That could be your 1-2 duo in the backcourt.
And he can still play the 3 shooting. So it's a nice young core if they really can play well together. I'm not saying they're gonna be like top 5 team, but they can get to the maybe 10th, 11th just this season.
Yeah, especially because I feel like one of these teams will start to free fall a little bit. Could be the Knicks. I mean, we're going against a very tough stretch here up until we play the Thunder, and even then, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to the Thunder. So there's a chance we might go on a 13-game losing streak, and right now I think we're on a 3. My bad. So in a few weeks we might be in a 16-game losing streak, even though we kept it close last night. Granted, I mean, do you want to talk about the Knicks a little bit now? Because now we can segue into that a little bit.
Yeah, we can. We definitely can.
So we lost a very close game last night to the Jazz. The Knicks were up at one point, and then the Jazz were like 5 minutes left in the game on an 8-0 run. And it was the same story as always. Ethan, what has been the same story with the Knicks for the last like 20 years? What position have we needed?
How every position, but that lovely guard.
You a hater, son. Every position? You telling me Mitchell Robinson looked good last night?
He did 19 and 21.
RJ Barrett hasn't been emerging?
He has been emerging, but that point guard position has not been it.
Yeah, the point guard position has not been it. And I was going to sit here and talk about, the Knicks need to swap De'Aaron Fox for Julius Randle because Julius Randle, as good as he is and as good as he's been playing as of late in the last 2, 3, 4 games, a point guard is going to matter more to the whole team. It helps everyone. It will help RJ because now he has a playmaker. He has somebody that can help swing the ball a little bit better. And you can have a nice backcourt between RJ and, De'Aaron Fox. But now I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to keep going. Let's just pretend it never happened. He would help Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson, a lot of his points have been by himself on these offensive rebounds and, a few lobs. But if you get a real point guard, like he becomes a lob threat. It helps Obi Toppin because Obi Toppin is still a young player. And, in the beginning of his career, he's kind of very point guard reliant to somebody to set him up and stuff. So, I just think that they need a point guard to help those players. It also helps Derrick Rose because now you don't need Derrick Rose to play as many minutes. He doesn't have to be a starter. He plays the role that he's supposed to play in. It helps Quickly because Quickly – I think the problem with Quickly is that he is trying to play point guard, and I don't think it's not that he isn't a point guard. It's just hard for him right now because it's been so long. You feel me? It's like he hasn't played point guard since before Kentucky, and now he's trying to play point guard by himself with Alec Burks, who also isn't a point guard. So it helps more people than hurts if you were to go get a point guard, a.k.a. De'Aaron Fox, but now I don't know. It would help them a lot more if they had a point guard. I don't know if you disagree on that.
I 100% agree. The only difference I will add upon that, because I know you're big on Thibs, but I'm starting to not like him.
Listen, bro, I'm not the biggest on Thibs. I understand the situation though. You feel me? It's annoying when we get a new coach every 2 years, every other year, every 3 years. We need some type of stability until we have a good foundation. Because the thing with me is I don't want to fire Tibbs on a sour note of this year because then, we're going to look back to the playoff and be like, he did it once, try to give him some time. After next year, if he looks the same as this year, then yeah, definitely by next All-Star break, get rid of him. But I would give him a little more of a chance just because, like I said, I want the team to, leave. I want it to be how Golden State was, you feel me? They were so close with Mark Jackson, and they had to fire him to then get that better coaching to win a chip. They did it with Dwayne Casey in Toronto. It was Dwayne Casey, right? Am I bugging?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had him.
Coach of the year that year too, which is crazy.
Yeah, then they fired him, bring in Nick Nurse, they win a chip. Granted, they got Kawhi Leonard, but they kept a lot of that same team. And just added Kawhi Leonard, who obviously is a better player than DeMar DeRozan, but let's not disrespect DeMar like he's some scrub either. You feel me?
Sure.
So, I want Tibbs to be that. I don't just want to fire him on a low note and then the Knicks can't recover because the next coach that's coming in, we already have a bunch of players that are, in a bad situation because of the previous year.
Very true.
But now, I don't know.
Who
are we traded for, E? What do we do?
You still have Fox. You still have Fox.
Do we still have Fox, though? Does it?
Sabonis and Fox now. That's a really good core for these Kings players. And you still have Bagley. You can try to trade him for somebody else. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If I was Fox, I would stay.
My thing is, bro, if that's all it took for Tyrese Haliburton, why the hell were the Knicks, I will say, granted, the Knicks, I think, do have better younger pieces than some of these other teams that are trading right now.
Yeah.
Because the Pacers have good pieces, but I mean, Sabonis and Randall are kind of very similar
Similar.
players.
Yep.
And I guess the Knicks are like very high on because I've seen a lot of these packages involving Quickly, Grimes, Obi, and they're like, no, we're good. Like, nah, no.
I haven't seen it. They haven't seen the talent yet compared to like Kemba or Randall.
Oh my god, bro, that really just blew mine. I don't think you understand how hard that blew mine. Like now, I'm trying to sit here. Like I said, the only thing that might help us is if they think Davion Mitchell could be a point guard for them and run the point.
Sure.
But now we can't send Randall. Like, how the hell are we gonna send Randall if Sabonis is there? Like,
Exactly. Because Sabonis, I mean, he could play the center, but he's not going to feel as comfortable playing the four step.
yeah, but then you're gonna have Sabonis and Randall who are so similar on the same court. Yeah,
It wouldn't work out. Their play style is almost identical.
damn son.
I wouldn't even know what point guard would be left to really trade for. Does he get like a
Brogdon, but they got Buddy Hield, so I'm gonna send them Burks or Fournier. Like,
can't? You have to go out and get like I guess a younger piece, like someone from like the Magics.
but you see, this was the point I was gonna make. This is exactly what I was talking to you about. If we don't trade for a point guard, it ain't gonna get any better anytime soon, and I'm gonna show you why. This is the free agents of 2022 at point guard. John Wall has a player option. He can make 42 mil. He ain't saying no to that. Westbrook, 41 mil, player option. He ain't saying no to that.
Nope.
Kyrie Irving, player option, 34 mil, to be seen, to be decided. Goran Dragic, ill. Ricky Rubio, another stopgap.
Yeah.
Patrick Beverly, another stopgap. DeLon Wright, hell no.
Patty Mills, Dennis Schroeder.
Like, Tyus Jones might be the only option there, but even then, like, is Tyus Jones going to be the difference maker for us?
Definitely.
Dennis Schroeder?
None of those players coming down is not going to.
Avery Bradley? Like, this dude's on the brink of retirement. Colin Sexton is a restricted free agent. Campazzo's a restricted free agent. He ain't the answer, I'm sorry to say. Michael Carter-Williams, I forgot he's even in the league still.
Nobody's the answer on that list. No,
Rondo, Aaron Holiday. Aaron Holiday's a restricted free agent. I'm definitely not bringing back Alfred Payne, so if you say anything, I'm closing this call. Gary Payton II. I didn't even know this dude is 29 years old.
I don't know either.
I thought he was way younger. Anyways, wow. Okay. Frank Ntilikina, been there, done that. Dennis Smith Jr., been there, done that. Jalen Brunson, yes, but
he's pretty good. But I'll put him as a 6-man. I wouldn't keep him as like a starting.
My thing with Jalen Brunson is, right, we're gonna have to give him like 20 mil because Lonzo got like 4 years, 85 million, and I think the only thing that Lonzo has on Jalen Brunson is height.
Yep.
Because Brunson could play make, he could play off ball, he could shoot, he could defend, smaller guard. He'll probably get like 20 mil, in my opinion.
Easily. And he's young.
So for the Knicks to even do that, we have to trade Fournier or Burks or Nerlens Noel somehow. And who the hell is going to trade for Nerlens Noel? If he ain't playing, he on the court looking horrible. Like,
no trade for that.
Like, bro, what do we do?
Honestly, the only thing you can do is just wait it out.
But what are we gonna wait out? Use Kemba. Kemba only got one knee right now, bro. Quickly, like Tibbs. I don't know. Tibbs is weird with quickly. Like I think what game was it? The Lakers. He played 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's not playing the young players. He's not playing Reddish. He's not playing quickly. He's not playing Toppin like that. It's just his consistent starting five that he sticks with.
Like it's looking bad. You remember I told you this a few days ago on text. It's looking bad if we don't trade for Fox. And now look.
Now you guys might have lost your chance. I mean, we still got 2 days ago. I mean, we still got time. But
I mean, it'd have to be somebody we're not expecting, like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a DeJounte Murray, which.
Shot.
Listen. Yeah, we know your love language. Picks.
We do love picks, but we're not trading Shaw. We established this. The only player that we're not trading.
I
Kicking
mean,
it.
you never know. Did you think the kids were going to trade Haliburton?
Yeah, I really didn't. He has been absolutely amazing for them since Fox has been out. But I think they love Fox so much that they're just trying to keep
I hope not.
him.
Yeah. I mean, bro, where do we go from here? This is what I'm saying. Like, even the rumors, we're not trading for Westbrook. I mean, granted, would Westbrook be the worst idea?
No, it would have been worse.
No, it wouldn't be the worst
I
idea. But to match that contract, oh Lord.
don't think you find anybody else that would want to be on the team to get nearly enough cap space to sign with Russ. I wouldn't even think it's possible. With him and Randall,
Oh no, I'm talking about trading Randall for us.
nah, he's not going back to the Lakers. I don't see it.
Like, I'm glad this trade happened because now we can sit here together and actually talk about what like kind of happens behind the scenes of what do we do.
A Hail Mary, if you manage to get Dame, you have to trade everything. Your picks, your your future.
I'm good.
Going on the outside like a man.
Well, granted, because remember when we talked about Dame, it was more of a discussion of putting him with Randall. Do
Yep.
you do a Dame for Randall now?
If it comes down to it, I would. Because Randall doesn't want to be there. You might as well get Dame and get other stars that look attractive with Dame together.
Would Dame help the Knicks enough though? Is he too much of a scorer?
No, not this season. I wouldn't say this season, definitely not. He does. It'll be hard. It'll be very hard.
And this is why I wanted to sign Lonzo Ball, but nah, the Bulls had to
Wait,
go
wait, wait,
around
wait.
tampering.
We forgot Ben Simmons. Don't get no
Oh
Ben.
hell no, I'm good. Bro, if he can handle Philly, he ain't handling New York. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it.
Sure. I mean, he's definitely up for trade. I believe he is.
I'll pass. I'll hard pass on that.
I mean, maybe you get like a Dennis Schroeder, maybe. Um, all these other point guards is just established already. Unless you somehow the Magic want to get rid of Cole Anthony or Suggs, which I doubt.
I mean, the only point guard that might get out of there is Markelle Fultz, and I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think
A
that.
hard pass on that one.
Or like you said, Dragic, maybe.
Ugh.
Yeah,
If I want to have an injured point guard, I'll just keep Kemba the rest of the season.
true. One again, another Hail Mary that you love very much. Maybe Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know if that
Maybe.
happens now though. They're in fourth. They got things rolling.
Yeah, it's hard to say. That's very hard to say.
Now, like I said, the only other Hail Mary might be D'Lo because you could send them. You could send them Randall. I'm not sure about how contracts will match up, and they'll have a core of Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and Randall. Only thing that's gonna kind of hurt them is the money because they're gonna have to re-sign Karl Anthony Towns. I think in 2024. They say.
That doesn't seem bad though. Not for nothing.
Yeah,
That
and Randall and Karl Anthony Towns get along very well. So
exactly, and of course, Anthony Edwards. So that wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's not the most probable at the moment.
it's bad. And like I told you, if we don't trade for Fox, it's only gonna get worse. And I'm glad that this happened because now me and you can sit here and see just how bad it's gonna be.
Just looking through like the teams, there's just so many established point guards on the team that they're
Like I
not.
said, the only person I could see, and it doesn't make sense because this kid just got an All-Star, is DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening. You have to give them a lot for them to, especially just being an All Star. Yeah, a lot to give.
Like I said, I think the real thing here is gonna shift from who are we paying with Randall with who are we trading for Randall. Because like I said, it's nothing against Julius Randle. Julius Randle gave us what he gave us last year. Cool. But after seeing how he kind of fell off a cliff this year, and not a cliff, it's not that bad. I mean, his effort is bad. Stats wise, it's not that bad. But You feel me? Like that's why I put so much emphasis on the point guard thing because it's gonna help everybody around RJ.
100%. Like you said, 20 years, just not one single point guard that's really been the biggest difference maker as they should be. Maybe Marbury,
That was the last
maybe,
one
yeah, that's it.
because you had Marbury, then you had Nate Robinson, who they kind of just gave up on at one point.
Got Lynn Sandy for a good 20 games.
Yeah, then they didn't re-sign him. You had Raymond Felton for that 1 year, went to Denver and was never the same. Came back, was all right, but he wasn't the same. Um, Bro, like they showed a stat last night with who was the opening point guard from the 2011-2012 team, and you'll never guess who.
2011, 2012.
Those person that like started on opening night for the Knicks that year.
I don't know.
Tony Douglas.
I would have never guessed that.
I know you remember Tony Douglas, but just to show you.
No, I would never guess that for a point guard. Never. Tony Douglas?
I was a starting point guard, and I think that the reason was Amon Shumpert was going to be the point guard, and it was the same. Amon Shumpert at that time was our quickly now of he could play the point, but you're not sure if he's a true point guard.
No,
And he could play the two for sure. That was Amon Shumpert that year. And remember, he tore his ACL against the Pacers.
Yep. And it came to a point that Iman was playing the 3 because JR was playing the 2 at some point too, and Melo was playing the 4.
Yeah.
But at point guard position every time. It was just a question mark.
We had Jason Kidd playing at the age of like 50. And Baron Davis. Like, now we got Kemba. Same old story.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford playing point when he should have been playing shooting. Yeah, Channing Frye looking like he's trying to play point.
Now we got Julius Randle playing point guard. Loving it.
It's crazy.
I'm going to add something to the shirt. It says New York Forever. I'm about to put on the bottom. Looking for a point guard.
We should start the merch up. New York Forever looking for a point guard.
Bro, like, I love how we came into this show with a whole different mindset, and then that trade just happened, and it changed everything mid-show.
Within, like, a minute. Literally, I literally was just looking up the trade, and that happened. Wow. In live trade. That never has been happening.
And like I said, if we were so set on trading Julius Randle, we never draft Obi, and we draft Tyrese Haliburton. But apparently they were so set on trading Randle.
True. I think just as suggested, maybe we go live on Thursday. Right before the deadline, we just spur everything up.
Yeah, we might have to just start recording and then I'll post it afterwards because
That'll be kind of fun.
it definitely would.
Live video, just this trade is that trade.
Word. So yeah, that'll be Thursday. We'll be back then. I think it's good to end it right here because right now me and you are kind of just stuck. That just changed everything. It literally changed everything right before the show even started. Like
we were nice and organized. We had everything down packed, and that happened. With this one trade, changed the whole NBA.
But that just shows how important some of these trades can be sometimes because now look at me. I don't even know where it's gonna go. You can't even tell me where the Knicks are gonna go. We don't even know who else is on the trade market anymore after that trade.
You literally had a game plan, wrote it down, and just ripped it after. It's like,
yo, if I was a coach, I would have broken my clipboard right now and just thrown it into the stands. That's pretty much what happened on my game plan.
I think Chris would have left the podcast with that if he was here.
Wow. But yeah, we'll be back Thursday. We'll start recording once the trade deadline happens so we can catch our live reactions for those last minute trades I might slip through.
Yep.
I'll see you then, E.
Yes, sir.
Peace.